Andra Rush is the president and CEO of Rush Trucking, and she is the sponsor of this event, one of the primary sponsors of Women Who Lead. So good to see you, Andra.
Great to see you, Paul.
You've been doing a great job. Your company has. I love seeing your trucks on the road.
Oh, me too. Better on the road than on the side.
Yes, well, that means they're always working here.
That's right.
The president and CEO of the Rush Group. And not only are you a woman who leads, and in this wonderful arrangement, you're getting a big marketing and sales executive of Detroit award at their 20th annual awards gala coming up Wednesday, October 16th. After Rooster Trail, you're getting the Trailblazer Award. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That's quite an honor. And really, my hat's off to all our team members at all the companies that have worked so hard to create opportunity in the city of Detroit and around the United States.
You must have known, or you wouldn't have done this, that you could be successful. But did you know it would go as well as it has?
Oh, you're only as good as your last load or your last delivery. So I never envisioned it to be this large, but it's been a lot of fun and really fantastic to work with so many great people and customers and employees and suppliers.
Well, good for you, and congratulations on all of this. And sitting here with us and supporting us as well and supporting this restaurant is Tom Lasorda, who is now CEO of Inkwell LLC. What's Inkwell LLC?
Well, Inkwell's a venture capital fund. We've got Roger Penske, Stephen Polk, a few other people just having a blast investing in startups.
Well, good for you. You're an investor in this startup, in this restaurant, but that's you personally or through Inkwell?
No, that's me personally. Nobody else would have
you and Doreen
where I was.
You and Doreen personally.
Yeah, we live around across the street, so we come over here. I mean, it's a great investment.
Oh, it's
I don't get a discount though, but I like it.
You should talk to the owner. It is a beautiful restaurant that opens officially come Monday. The Stand. And right around the corner, as you say, John Kelly's The Stand Gastro Bistro is right on the corner of Maple and Woodward, and we're wishing him well here. Tom Lasorda joining us as we talk a little bit about all the things that are happening with this event. Brenda Miller is here, too, from DST Industries. I think in for Brenda Lewo. Brenda is Vice President of Sales at DST Industries. Nice to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Please give our best to Brenda. How's business?
Outstanding.
Yeah?
This year is awesome. Next year we predict another good year as well.
Why don't you explain to our listeners, remind them what it is you guys do?
Well, DST Industries, we specialize, have different sectors. We provide fleet management support, vehicle support, transportation. We are the behind the scenes for most trade show events and ride and drives, as well as customized vehicles. We have about 120 technicians that work for us located in Romulus, Michigan.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
I had no
a lot
idea
of work.
you were that big.
We are.
Yeah, well, good for you. And nice to see Don Snell is here from DST Industries as well. Don, obviously the business is growing.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, things are well. I mean, we're getting into our busy season now with the auto show seasons and transportation, both global and regional auto shows. So Brenda's standing behind us, and we're moving forward and continuing to grow.
And DST Industries, an event sponsor, and for today's broadcast. And back to the major program sponsor of Women Who Lead, Andra Rush, the president and CEO of Rush Trucking. How many trucks do you have now?
Oh, we have about 820.
Did you hear that, Tom Lasorda?
Yeah.
There might be a company as a venture capitalist you want to invest in.
I've already talked to her about it.
Yeah, I love partners.
How about that? A little business happening here on the Paul W. Smith Show. 820 trucks?
Yes.
That's mind-blowing to me.
It's
How long ago did you start the company?
1984.
That's astounding success. That is truly.
It's 3 trucks, so yeah.
And you were driving one of them.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Deliver in the back door and put my suit on and go in the front door. So,
So what advice would you give women who want to start their own company?
you got to have you have to have a passion for what you're doing, and then I would say that you need a great financial team, and you really understand the customer's needs and solve their problems. And that's a great way to start.
Well, it obviously has worked. And Tom Lasorda, you've seen a business or two and go through the ups and downs of major corporations and small ones too. So you can appreciate what someone had to go through, like what Andra has gone through to build her company the way she has.
Yeah, we've done a lot of work together, and when I was at Chrysler, we did a lot of work with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You had a little trucking business for Chrysler. Good for you.
Trucking and cockpits for the minivan in Windsor. Our Dakota team won world-class manufacturing and best launch from Tom Lasorda himself. So
this is great
fantastic.
that we could get the two. And he wasn't even scheduled to be here, so I'm glad you stopped by, Tommy.
Well, thanks for seeing me.
Good to see you. And Andra Rush, congratulations to you and Brenda Miller, along with Don Snell from DST Industries. We appreciate it. And coming up in this next hour, our WJR listeners will all meet the class of 2013 of Women Who Lead. The Women Who Lead, the 2013 class, spotlighting women across the region who are leaders in their industries and communities. You know the program. It's hosted by our own Ann Thomas at WJR, on podcasts at WJR.com, presenting women with an impressive and inspiring story to tell. Women making a difference in our Detroit area. And the 2013 class is here where we are today. John Kelly's The Stand Gastro Bistro, right here in Birmingham, beautiful Birmingham, at the corner of Maple and Woodward. The restaurant opens officially this coming Monday. They'll be open Monday through Saturday for dinner. Two of the Women Who Lead sit before us. One I know extremely well, and one I know the store extremely well. But
it's just a matter of time till we're best friends.
I'm looking forward to that, Mary Liz Curtin. Mary Liz Curtin is the co-owner of Leon and Lulu, a destination lifestyle store in Clawson. You don't know this, but the first time I went there, and I went with the kids, I raved about it on the radio because it was just, I hadn't experienced anything like it before in my life. Had never even heard of the store, frankly, and there I was, and it was fabulous.
Well, there's nothing like a compliment from a man. Men who like to shop in our store make us totally happy.
Well, I'm a man who likes to shop and likes to shop in your store, so congratulations to you. And, of course, our longtime friend, Debbie Dingle, president of D2 Strategies, president of the Wayne State Board of Governors. I was so happy to see that you were finally getting this award after so many awards in your lifetime.
Thank you, Paul W. I'm very honored to be here this morning. It really means a lot to me.
I know that your husband, Congressman John Dingle, who was on with us, I don't know if it was earlier this week or last week, and about the shutdown, was on again yesterday, and he's had a lot to talk about with his health care initiative that not only he worked all his life on, but his dad worked on all of his life. And then you were caught up in the middle of, you didn't know what was happening, nobody did, with the shooting, and the shooting was actually shots by the police, but what was going on in a shutdown, and you worried about your husband.
Well, I think sometimes we forget the very human aspect of all of this. I had just landed back in Detroit and heard that there was a shooting at the Capitol, and quite frankly, after all of the incidences we've seen lately, was very frightened that my husband was okay. I think that this is a new form of terrorism, that this yesterday does not appear to be an act of terrorism per se, but you know, these random acts of violence, I think, worry all of us, and we've got mental illness problems in this country, and somehow that's one of the things the health care bill wants to try to deal with. I don't have the answers, but my heart goes out to the woman yesterday who very clearly was hurting over something. We don't have the story, and yet lives were threatened, and it's something, unfortunately, but is something that people globally have lived with for a long time, and we're learning more about in this country.
We are sadly learning more about it, and the rest of the story will come out, and this will be incredibly investigated, but you certainly could say that the Capitol Police and all the police organizations in the area answered the call, and then some. So they were certainly prepared for something far more greater than what was happening, as it turned out.
Well, I think what you forget is that those locations in Washington are a target 100% of the time. And these men and women prepare for this and are prepared to give their lives to protect Americans. And we all need to appreciate them and thank them every single day for what they do.
And we have, and we will continue to. Mary Liz Curtin, wife, mother, business owner, public speaker, columnist, just read in the Wall Street Journal your piece, I think that was yesterday.
It was. In
the Wall Street Journal. Well done. It was talking about becoming an entrepreneur. Procrastinators rarely prosper, and if you can't accept responsibility, you aren't cut out for the indie life. and you certainly have been now with over 35 years experience in the gift and home industries.
I was very young when I started.
You must have been in grade school, so they must have looked aside on the child labor laws when you started. That aside, Mary Liz, how did you come up with the whole concept? And maybe you should describe it to people, because if they haven't been to Leon and Lulu's, it's almost indescribable for me, but certainly not for you.
Well, we're a 15,000 square foot destination retail store, and we're proud to have brought the spotlight to Detroit in so many different arenas, in the furniture world, in clothing, in gifts. And we're located in the historic Ambassador Roller Rink in Clawson, which has been great. And I have to tell you, the whole thing was my husband's idea.
Really?
It was all him.
Well, that was nice of you to say.
Well, he's right here.
Oh, so you had to. Yeah, I understand. Well, behind every good woman is a man. Isn't that the expression? I think it is. That's the way I remember it. And how long have you had Leon and Lulu going on there?
We opened Leon and Lulu April 1st, 2006.
Is it an easy place to find there?
It's totally easy. We're just a mile and a half off of I-75 on 14 Mile Road. And you'll see us all the time because we do a lot of charity events and a lot of special events. Last year we had 86 events in the store.
86 events in the store. In fact, you have a Book It event. You've got the fourth annual Books and Authors event coming up October 27th.
That's one of my very, very favorites. It's aiding the Free Press in their Gift of Reading, which is a program to give a book to every child, 3rd grade and below, in the city of Detroit. And we will have about 50 local authors signing their books at Leon and Lulu on October 27th. The Yak will be there. We'll have authors reading. We'll have roller skating waiters serving hot dogs and cookies, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And that's just a normal day at Leon and Lulu's.
It is. The dogs are there, the kids are there, the skaters are there.
It's true. LeonandLulu.com. LeonandLulu.com. Debbie, we've got to get you there. You would find this to be
I'll be there. The only thing I objected to what she said is it was all her husband's idea. You made it happen. And women, too, often give credit to the men. And I think we really need to congratulate her and all the women. It happened because of you.
Thank you very much. My husband had a store in Birmingham for 26 years, and he thought we should open a store together, and I wasn't sure it would work, and by golly, it has. We've had a great time.
I'm glad that it did, and I'm glad it all worked out for both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the stand, I present to you our first 2 inductees into the 2013 Women Who Lead Hall of Fame, Debbie Dingle and Mary Liz Curtin. And we have more inductees into our Women Who Lead class of 2013. It is a pleasure to meet and say hello to Lori Blaker, president of TTI Global. Lori?
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm honored to be here.
Lori is the leader of an international company found in over 25 countries on 6 continents. TTI Global has consistently been ranked among the top 25 women-run businesses in the USA. Lori, a devoted advocate of women's rights, uses her extra time to mentor at-risk young women in Detroit through the successful Women of Tomorrow program. She believes that women have unique attributes that make them successful leaders, saying, we take into consideration such things as your family situation, the point in your life where you are and any of the constraints you might have. You take that very seriously, don't you?
Yes, I do, both here and around the world.
And tell me a little bit more about what TTI Global does.
We do staffing and recruiting, training, design, and delivery for automotive companies all over the world.
And how long have you been in existence?
Oh, 35 years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Long
all of
time.
these women who started their business careers in grade school. It's astounding to me. 35 years. And you're the founder of the company?
Oh, actually, my father founded, and I was his first full-time employee, so.
Excellent.
I was the paid slave laborer.
Well, true family business.
It truly was.
Oh, well, good for you, and congratulations to you, Lori. We also have Ilana Sullivan here with us, and I want to make sure, Ilana, yes, I did that right, okay, Sullivan, president of the National MS Society Michigan chapter, devoted wife and mother of 3 who brings 20 years experience in nonprofit management to the National MS Society Michigan chapter, starting with the National MS Society in 1990, spending 11 years with the organization, eventually leaving her position as the vice president of marketing and development to join the Henry Ford Health System as senior director of corporate development and philanthropy events. There she learned the art of fundraising and donor cultivation and ultimately brought those skills back with her to the National MS Society in 2007. Ilana is an inspiring leader and is passionate about the cause, saying, my major goal here is to eradicate this disease And we congratulate you, and we certainly wish you good luck in doing that,
Well,
Ilana.
thank you, Paul W. Thank you so much.
It is a labor of love when you get involved in something like this.
It is, absolutely. I'm blessed. There's no one in my family with MS, but I have so many friends now who have, and chances are if you live in Michigan, you know someone with MS. We have one of the highest incidence rate of any state in the country, and that's just not okay.
Really? It's
We
the
do.
highest incident rate?
It is.
Boy, I hate to hear that.
I know, and more children are being diagnosed than ever, and we're not really sure why.
We
So
don't know
we don't know why.
environmentally what would be different about Michigan than anywhere else.
Well, it's a colder climate. Some researchers believe that it might be caused by a virus that's picked up early in life and then something triggers it. Also looking at a vitamin D deficiency as maybe being part of that. So we need to get out there and get more sun. And
Well, in Michigan, that's not
I know,
always
see?
easy to do. So I was going to say take a good multivitamin.
well, that'll help too.
Maybe a little extra vitamin D
Who
if
knows?
you can, because it is important to make sure that you cover all of that. Lori, when you came into the family business so many years ago and helped Dad grow this business, do you do a lot of international travel now because you're in so many different countries?
Yeah, in fact, I was the one that actually established our international operations back in 1994. Our first international market was China.
And how much fight did Dad give you on that?
Well, sadly, he wasn't around to see it at that point. He
since
passed
it
away
passed.
in 1992, so I took over then and,
Well, I'm
and
sure
took us
that-
on our global expansion.
I'm sure that he would be so proud of what his little girl has done. And there's a real lesson to be learned when you're doing business in these other countries that was a little different than what you were doing right here in the Detroit area.
Tremendously different, and it's been fabulous for me to be able to travel all around the world and learn that. And then just as part of my work is, helping women in some of these other countries. I'm doing a lot of work in the Middle East now, and that's a real significant challenge when you're talking about women's rights and
in the Middle
equality.
East. Huge challenge.
Big time. So
You think you're making some headway?
I'd like to think we are, but it's one woman at a time. Just teaching them how to be financially independent and giving them business skills and teaching them how to be entrepreneurs really helps.
It's all a part of, I guess, what probably keeps it very interesting for you.
Yes, it sure does.
And interesting is probably the right interesting word to use for what you go through.
It's interesting, but it's heartwarming too.
Good for you. And to you, Ilana Sullivan, to be able to go out into the business world, to start out there with the MS Society and then go into the national level. And obviously, we wish you well in your constant fight to eradicate multiple sclerosis.
Well, thank you. We're making incredible progress. We have a great team of people, great board here in Michigan, and it's really exciting what's happening in MS research right now. We really feel like we're nearing that finish line, and that pretty soon we'll know what causes MS. In fact, just last week, researchers identified 48 more genetic factors that play a part in MS, and that's huge. It's so exciting, and we know that we're playing a big part of that here with the work that we're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the stand, we induct two more women who are certainly well deserving of this honor to come into our class of 2013. Please help me in congratulating Ilana Sullivan, president of the National MS Society Michigan chapter, and Lori Blaker, president of TTI Global, now forever, Women Who Lead. I'm happy to say hi to an old friend who we kind of work with in many ways, with Jennifer and Stephen Luigi and others, for our Opportunity Detroit program. Paula Silver is Vice President of Communications for Quicken Loans, responsible for developing and leading communications initiatives and public relations strategies for Quicken Loans and its family of companies. She's a Wayne State grad, a member of the executive leadership team for the American Heart Association's Go Red campaign, also a big Detroit supporter, committed to the city's revitalization and growth. Congratulations to you, Paula Silver. How about that?
Thank you, Paul W. It's such an honor to be here, and you have some amazing women in this room right now.
There are some amazing women here, and I'm glad that we get them together. And Ann Thomas started this thing a few years ago, Women Who Lead, and it's just grown and grown. And how appropriate for you to go into the class of 2013. You have your hands full, because when I say you're doing this for Quicken Loans and its family of companies, how many companies?
Oh, gosh.
You should say around, because while we're sitting here, there might be 2, 3, 4 more added.
Okay, around 75 companies.
I don't think people understand that. When we talk about Quicken Loans, we're talking about Quicken Loans and about 75 other companies.
And growing daily.
And growing, Dan just called. Yeah, Dan Gilbert said 76. Yeah, that's it. So you got your hands full, but you do a nice job, and you juggle the lifetime experience that every woman has to juggle with family and kids and everything that goes on, whatever the juggle might be. How do you do it?
It's called a great support network, both at home and at the office, and friends, family. We have a great team at Quicken Loans. We all work together. We are passionate and committed to the revitalization of Detroit, and also to our mortgage business, of course. So we're busy, and we love every minute of it.
There is a sense of passion and pride and urgency in all that you do, and yet when you go to the world headquarters of Quicken Loans there in the CompuWare building, you see what looks like the most fun place ever to work, with a basketball hoop here and game room there, and it's truly amazing.
We believe in playing where we work, and we work hard, but we also play hard, and our culture speaks about it. I mean, our culture, Google has nothing on us. Bright walls and collaborative spaces and places where team members can create. It's all about empowering our team members.
Well,
yeah.
We salute you and all of the men and women there that you represent by coming here. And appreciate what you've done for the city of Detroit, truly putting meaning into the live, work, play, and stay a while, and whatever else we've added to that, and all of the opportunity that really is Detroit.
Thank you so much. We're having fun.
And we'll continue to have fun here at WJR. But ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating our next entry into the 2013 Women Who Lead, Paula Silver, Vice President of Communications for Quicken Loans, on the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR. It's WJR's Women Who Lead. Every year we spotlight women across the region who are leaders in their industries and communities. You know the program, hosted by our executive producer, WJR's Ann Thomas. Each edition of this podcast series presents an interview with an impressive and inspiring woman who is making a difference in the Detroit area. And we are gathered here today at the brand new The Stand Gastro Bistro, John Kelly's new restaurant here in Birmingham that opens officially on Monday at the corner of Maple and Woodward, and then serving dinner initially Monday through Saturday. And this is one beautiful place, and I hope the breakfast is good. They're not a breakfast place, but they've done a heck of a job. The chef is here doing a great job. Paul Groves, the chef and partner with John Kelly. You know Chef Paul from Cuisine, right there in the New Center area. Beautiful, great restaurant tucked away there behind the Fisher Building. Pleasure to introduce three more of our inductees into the Women Who Lead class of 2013. Congratulations to Donna Inch, Chairman and CEO of Ford Land Development Corporation. Donna's been with Ford Motor Company for 35 years. She has risen through the ranks to now oversee the company's land development business. As a proud Eastern Michigan University grad, she uses all her business skills in her current position. Never a dull moment in her job as her division manages all the Ford office, manufacturing, and warehouse space, ultimately responsible for leasing or selling vacant space. Congratulations to you, Donna.
Thank you so much. I'm very thrilled to be here.
Well, and we're thrilled to have you here and to be with somebody who's spent 35 years right out of grade school doing this business at Ford Motor Company. Yes. And boy, what a great time at Ford it is.
It is. I just have to say how fortunate I've been to have a career in a company like Ford. I just am very passionate about the industry. Of course, growing up in this area, the auto industry is just a fabulous opportunity for us. And Ford has just been a wonderful company for me. I've had so many opportunities, experiences, and raised my family and had a great career, so I can't say enough about Ford.
And we don't think about how important a role Ford Land Development has played. And I think of the TPC of Michigan and other areas where we're more familiar with some things that are going on, but there's a lot.
Right. And even early on in its history, Henry Ford II was involved in the Renaissance Center, so it goes back even that far. But Ford Land has just a tremendous history and has done a lot of things in terms of development, largely in Dearborn, also Allen Park. We have a commercial portfolio we manage that has many facilities in Allen Park, but Dearborn has been the focus of our development, and it's been the Fairlane Mall, it's been everything related to commercial, retail, residential. We want to have an area where you can work and play and live. So it's been a fabulous opportunity to become part of that team, and I have many of my Fordland ladies with me today.
That's nice.
As well as my daughter, who's a third-generation Ford employee.
Oh,
she just
good.
joined. Yes.
Excellent.
So,
Well, Donna Inch, lots to be proud of on this day.
thank you.
We also congratulate Demita Williams, Vice President of Patient Care Services at DMC Children's Hospital. Demita, an inspirational leader who brings exceptional care to all of her patients and their families on a daily basis. She's an active member of the American Organization of Nurse Executives and the American College of Healthcare Executives. Demita guides improvement projects and educational initiatives for nursing while assuring high-quality health care for both patients and their families. Congratulations to Demita Williams, Vice President of Patient Care Services at DMC Children's Hospital. I can't think of anything more rewarding than working toward helping children and their families when they need you.
There isn't anything else more rewarding.
And congratulations on the work that you've been doing there. And they say you're an inspirational leader. That's a nice thing to hear. That had to come from the people that you lead.
Well, probably so. Some of them are here with me today. I love what I do. It's a part of who I am. It's my personal mission to care for children and their families and the staff that take care of them.
And how do you try to show the staff and inspire the staff on a daily basis and keep them up in a job that oftentimes, as an outsider looking in, would be sometimes very difficult, even sad?
It's really not as complicated as people think. Really what it requires is just being present where you are in the moment with the people that are out there serving. So the hospital isn't open Monday through Friday in the daytime. It's open 24 hours a day. So I make sure that I'm present at night on the weekends when people need you to be there.
That's very nice. And you sometimes just show up when they don't expect you, and
I do that.
yes, you see some of your staff behind you is saying, yes, she does. She just shows up, so we have to be on our toes all the time. So that's how you lead.
That's how I lead.
Well, congratulations
Thank
to you, Demita Williams, Vice President of Patient Care Services, DMC Children's Hospital. And in every group, there's somebody that I've known longer than the others, and an old friend here, as we congratulate Connie Holzer, owner and dealer principal of Tom Holzer Ford. She took over as owner of Tom Holzer Ford after the untimely death of her husband and continues to run the business as a family affair. 3 generations of Holzers currently contribute to the success of the dealership. It's now the 9th largest Ford dealership in the United States of America. Connie is passionate about giving back to the community in any way she can. They even have a ball diamond named after you and a whole bunch of other things. And congratulations to you, Connie Holzer, owner and dealer principal of Tom Holzer Ford, and how special it is to be sitting here across from Donna Inch from Ford Land Development Corporation, because you have to know that some of the commercials that run on our WJR that Connie does and so well, she is thanking you guys, the workers at Ford Motor Company, right, Connie?
And we thank her as well.
Yes, that's right. A dealership and our focus and our passion wouldn't be anything without cooperation from Ford. And I like it that we all work together. We get along together. We always seem to be on the right page. And like Donna, I'm extremely passionate about what I do and never get tired of it.
No, and you work hard, and you've done a tremendous job taking over, because it was something that your husband loved and you loved him, and therefore when he died you said, you know what, I'm just going to keep this thing going. And by the way, I don't know if you knew you'd keep it going and growing, but you certainly have grown the company.
Right, and I didn't do it alone. I have the most magnificent team, and I have to give a lot of praise to my son, because when my husband was ill, Buzzy stepped in and held the place together when things were starting to go bad economically in this beautiful city of Detroit. And he's made my life so much easier, and I can get out and talk to wonderful people like you and meet wonderful people that are in this room today, all because of Ford Motor Company and the work I do. And by the way, I have to say that Mr. Mullally has been the most wonderful thing that's happened to Ford Motor Company.
To happen to Detroit, to Michigan, and frankly, the United States of America, saving American manufacturing.
Yes, I definitely agree. And also, I was kind of looking in the newspaper yesterday and saw the articles about women CEOs and how they're coming up, and I hope I'm around long enough to see one of those.
A woman CEO in the auto industry? I think you will be around long enough.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the stand, our class of 2013, more women who lead. Please help me in congratulating Donna Inch, Demita Williams, and Connie Holzer. Congratulations to Dr. Tammy Powell, owner of the Oxford Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy Center. First introduced to hyperbaric oxygen therapy when her daughter developed viral encephalitis after she had the chickenpox. She was left with brain damage, and doctors had little hope that she would live a life without physical, emotional, and mental impairments. When exploring alternative treatments, Tammy discovered HBOT, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. After her daughter's successful treatments, Tammy and her husband Bruce felt that they were called to help other families in their situation, so they received the best HBOT training they could and opened their own hyperbaric clinic. Tammy finds joy in helping other families find the same ray of hope that she and her family found in hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Congratulations, and thank you, Dr. Tammy Powell, as we learn your story.
Thank you.
What a wonderful thing to do, what a terrible thing to go through, but what a wonderful result to help other parents.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this therapy.
It's pretty simple. You breathe 100% oxygen while in an environment that's increased atmospheric pressure. Those two worlds combined let the brain heal, wounds heal from strokes, traumatic brain injuries, sports concussions, or like my daughter with an acquired brain injury.
It sounds to me like we could all benefit from breathing pure oxygen from time to time.
Absolutely. We have a lot of people coming in for wellness. We go in ourselves as much as we can.
So they can just come in themselves. It's not something under an emergency or doctor's care if they just would like to kind of cleanse, it seems.
Absolutely. We always enjoy, though, watching people get their lives back, giving families back, children with autism, watching them speak for the first time, or stroke victims becoming...
You've had that kind of success?
Oh, my gosh, yes, we have. I cannot tell you how many children with autism who no longer qualify for special ed services.
Don't need the special ed services.
It's the best blessing you can give a family.
Well, no wonder you decided to devote all of your time and energy in something like this.
Absolutely.
And what's the process?
You come in, it's done in a set of 40. You come in daily, 5 times a week, so for 8 weeks. It's very comfortable. Kids love going in. Parents are like, I don't know. And they love going in. In fact, if they don't dress, they will start dressing themselves because they change into our scrubs. And all of a sudden, you'll start seeing kids change very quickly or cry if their chamber's not ready for them.
What's the chamber like?
It's a clear glass cylinder. It's very large. A parent and a child go in together. There's a TV mounted on top, so we just put in a video and the kid starts watching the video and cuddles up with mom and dad. It feels like you're in bed watching TV.
And how long is each therapy session?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow. That's something. That's fascinating. What great success. Well, congratulations to you, Dr. Tammy Powell, owner of the Oxford Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy Centers. We learn a little bit more about that. Nancy Maxwell is here, co-founder and executive director of an organization WJR has proudly helped out over the years. Sweet Dreams,
Correct.
with 3 Z's.
That's right.
Incorporated. Nancy has helped over 23,000 children in Detroit through her work with Sweet Dreams, this nonprofit organization dedicated to educating at-risk children about the importance of sleep. She's a hands-on worker, often delivering sleep kits herself, including a sleeping bag, nightshirt, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, sleep activity book, crayons, a stuffed animal, and more. Passionate about the mission of Sweet Dreams, saying, the most touching experiences are those where we hear the impact we're having on the children and their families. A little girl in Westland told me that she slept in her closet and the sleeping bag would fit perfectly. Breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's true. Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Happy to be able to sleep in the closet with her sleeping bag.
It was sleeping in the closet was not even an issue for her. So
it's
it was
what
just
she knew.
It's what she knew.
Well, you made it a lot nicer with that sleeping bag. God bless you for that.
Thank you.
And you have programs and fundraisers and other things. How else can we help?
Yes. Well, mainly what we do is we work with economically disadvantaged children and their families, and we teach them about the importance of sleep and sleep routines. We have a lot of our early childhood families where the children need 11 to 13 hours of sleep a night, and the parents believe that the children need 9. So there's a huge deficit for the child. So when they go to school in the morning, they're overactive, overtired, and they're not able to learn. So what happens is you put them forward 3 or 4 years, and it's impacted their learning at a preschool level. By the time they're in 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, they've missed out on learning because of sleep. So it's just like oxygen, as we were talking about earlier. It's sleep is just as important. It's not valued as it should be, and I think getting sleep is going to really make a huge impact for a lot of families if they just pay attention to the routines.
We are a nation of sleep-deprived people.
Yes.
But with the children, it's really dangerous
it's
and
so
something
important. Absolutely.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Help me in congratulating 2 new inductees to the 2013 Women Who Lead Hall of Fame. Nancy Maxwell, co-founder and executive director of Sweet Dreams, and Dr. Tammy Powell, owner of the Oxford Hyperbaric Oxygen Therapy Center. We're running out of time, but wanted to say again, congratulations and thanks to John Kelly, owner of this beautiful restaurant, the new The Stand Gastro Bistro here in Birmingham, right at the corner of Maple and Woodward. You got a winner here. People are loving it. It's beautiful. Congratulations to you.
Great. Thank you so much. And I want to thank WJR, and I want to thank the Women Who Lead. The one who led me to do this was my wife, Lori, so I thank her as well.
Isn't that nice?
Had to get that in there,
Yeah.
and my family. But also, part of this was always being involved in the community. And we wanted to bring local artisans and so forth, local foods like we talked about. But I also want to have I have a great deal of respect for someone who is also involved in the community, and that is you. Your energy and your enthusiasm with PAL, Yatuma, countless hours that you spend that people do not know. So I'm happy to say that one of the rooms that we have, which is a very special room, is the Paul W. Smith room.
You're really serious about this,
Absolutely.
aren't you?
So before you leave today, we are going to crack a bottle of champagne and enjoy that room.
Well,
it's only fitting because you know what? You are this community. And we love that.
You are so nice. Roll the music, Brian. I'm getting out at 50 where you need me at 57:50 because I don't have anything else to say. My own room here at the Stand. You go on out, make it a great rest of the day, great weekend. Go Blue. Thanks to the team. Regards, Paul W. Smith.